Hello, everyone. Just a quick update on my reinventing myself, and just to kind of let you know where I'm at and how life is going so far. So I've been working pretty steady since I was 17. Never really missed a beat. Always had a job. Always had some responsibilities, and always had to pay bills. As a matter of fact, I got married young and had to work a couple of jobs to keep food on the table. So I know all about hard work. And for 40 years, that was just life. That's what you did. So you just keep working, keep providing, just keep going on. Then suddenly, honestly, without warning, I got laid off and didn't have a job. And at the time, I was 57. I'm now 60. So that tells you something about trying to find work after 55, really. It really feels like you're stepping off a moving train. The world keeps rushing past you, and you're just standing there on the tracks thinking, what just happened? The first thought that hit me it wasn't even about my pride, it was the money. I mean, 3 marriages later, um, money's important. I don't need a financial advisor, believe me. My I have my own I'm my own financial advisor, and my portfolio is called Alimony and Experience. So what do you do? You know what? Like you, and many of you, I've got tons of skills. Working that long, you build a portfolio, you build a lot of skills, and you've got ethics. You know how to work. Um, you know how to put an honest day's work in. But now all of a sudden you're too old to hire. So nobody really says it out loud, but they use words like overqualified. Um, you're not the right fit, which is the political code for remind us of our dad, and we don't really want to explain TikTok to you. So you keep sending resumes, you refresh your inbox every 5 minutes, like I do, and it's like Christmas morning when you finally get something, and usually it's another rejection. So I got piles of them. My inbox is loaded with thanks, but no thanks. So honestly, I could publish them like poetry, but I'm not going to. So I guess the worst part isn't the no, it's the silence. There's a lot of people that don't bother responding. So, I mean, what are you going to do? At least give me something. So now, what do you do when the money runs out? Um, and honestly, you have to reinvent yourself. You have to come up with something to do, something that makes you feel happy, something that you can utilize your skills, the skills you spent decades and decades perfecting. So, be an entrepreneur. Sounds pretty sexy when you're 25. But when you're 57 or now 60, it means you're working out of your garage because you can't really afford rent. And your dream is just to get through the next month or two without having to sell everything you own. So start your own business, be your own boss. Yeah, easier said than done. But you know what starting a business takes. It's time, a little bit of money, but tenacity. And you know what? When you get to be this age and that's all that's left for you, you've got to push through. You got to make it happen. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. So one of the things I wanted to do was post some stuff online so that people could listen to me and relate to what I'm going through, and maybe send me notes, of your story and how things have been for you and what you've done to persevere and get through and reinvent your story. That's why I'm telling my story, because I know I'm not the only one going through this. There's thousands of us out there who worked hard our whole lives built careers, raised families, and now suddenly we're on the outside looking in. Too young to retire, oof, too old to hire. And it's tough. It's humbling. Some days it's downright terrifying. But moving forward, reinventing your stuff, starting over, um, brings me back to when I was 30. It makes me feel young again. And maybe that's a gift. And maybe that's one of the things that's in it for all of us. So just trying to make yourself feel young again, reinvent yourself, come up with something that you absolutely love to do and focus on that. Take all those skills that you developed over those years. So maybe you were a salesperson, so that you get into something that requires that skill. Maybe you are mechanically inclined. Maybe you're somebody that can go out and do landscaping. Just find that thing that you excel at and reinvent yourself. And you know what? Post stuff online because it means something to other people. It's important for people to hear that they're not the only ones in that boat. Um, I just, my identity was lost and I just got to find a new one. And it's hard at 60, but you know what? Being unemployed, not having income is a lot harder. So I wish you all luck and please send me a note. I'd love to hear from all of you. And then maybe we can have a nice chat together. Thanks.